beat Perth 4-1 last weekend. Former Victory man Lawrence Thomas is in goal. Klur and Clisby, the fullbacks. Božidar Krajev has just been recalled to the Bulgarian national team for the first time in 4 seasons. Zach Sapsford, Brandon Borrello is there as well. He's been recalled to the Socceroos. And Aidan Hammond start up front. They'll all be looking for the goals, because if they don't deliver, Antonsen, Milanovic and a certain Juan Mata are waiting in the wings. Well, for Melbourne Victory, no change either. Arthur Dillis, his side are undefeated in 4, 2 wins and 2 draws in that time. Former Wanderers man Brendan Hamill starts at the back. Socceroos call-ups for Teague, Arzani and Valupale, they are all present, as is job, just a handful of matches in, and he's already had to come through some challenging times, but likewise he's starting to see the fruits of his labour. Former A-League referee of the year Alex King takes charge of this one. He's being assisted by Brad Wright, Matthew McCorris, Sam Kelly is the 4th official, and in the VAR room we have Chris Griffiths-Jones being assisted by Sean Evans. 21-year-old Aidan Hammond. He scored a first brace last weekend in the 4-1 win over Perth. His first A-League goal was against Melbourne Victory, and he got another against them this season as well. This week he was called up to Tony Vidmar's Ollie Roos squad for their international tournament in Doha next week. Ryan Teague, well, he had a breakout season last year under Tony Popovic, and Popper has called him up to the Socceroos to take on Indonesia and China next week. Well, there you see it, the punchline from the Western Sydney fans. They are expecting nothing short of a dominant display from their side. The countdown is on. This one is a big one on the A-League fixture list, and especially with 2 sides looking to find form into the finals. Just 6 points separate 2nd and 7th. We've had 22 goals in 3 matches of A-League men's and women's football yesterday, including 9 between Adelaide and MacArthur. These 2 sides have been finding the back of the net in recent weeks. Daniel McBreen, finals football is all about bringing the form to the party, and Western Sydney is certainly doing that at the moment.
Well, they are, Robbie. Good evening. Well, if you didn't grasp the magnitude of this match, as far as 2 clubs who would like to say they're the biggest in the country, 2 clubs who are looking for the highest position in the finals and a marker against their competition. Well, the RBB's laid it down, haven't they, with their tifo tonight? It's do or die. Set a marker. Show the rivals that you're here and you mean business.
Western Sydney Wanderers, well, at the start of the season, you get the feeling their fans wouldn't have dared such a courageous tifo, but that just shows the confidence that's brimming through this club at the moment. Not since the 2015-16 season, when they won 7 in a row, have they managed 4. That is the carrot dangling for them this evening. If they can get a win over Melbourne Victory, they will climb above the Victorian side and into 3rd place on the ladder provisionally. For Victory, who have been blowing a little bit hot and cold in recent weeks, that draw against Brisbane a couple of weeks ago, followed by a comprehensive 3-0 win over the Mariners last time out. If they can get a win and make it 5 without defeat, they will climb up to second place on the ladder provisionally.
Well, it's wonderful, isn't it? It's the A-League. It's so tight. These games are now just weighing a little heavier on the players. One slip up and you could find yourself out of finals football. A couple of good games in a row and you're suddenly thrust into second position.
We also know that there are plenty of goals around at the moment, not only from these two sides or last night in the opening match of round 23. We've had 18 goals the last 3 times these two sides met as well. Last season they exchanged 4-3 wins. A certain Bruno Fornaroli netting 4 for Melbourne victory as they won here, only for Aidan Hammond, Nick Milanovic, Oscar Priestman and co to return the favour at Amy Park. And the RBB is setting the tone with the noise level at the moment. Bonatig with Panasopoulos. He's been called up to the Olyroos squad as well. Panasopoulos, great reward. He has grown into this season. Sapsford's touchback for Clisby. Ball under hit for Borello. And here's Jordi Valadon also in that Olyroos squad for Doha. Renaud Piscopo with Daniel Arzani. Running at Clisby, Arzani looking to accelerate. Bundled over by Priestman. Referee says it was shoulder on shoulder. And now Sapsford, this is where he's dangerous. Getting that second phase ball and running away. He's got a good shot on him too. He was looking to thread it through to Hammond. Positive start.
Well, when I turned up at the ground, it was really, really hot down there. But I must admit, it's, don't get me wrong, it's still warm, but it's dropped considerably in the last couple of hours. I believe there'll be no drink breaks, so we'll be coming straight through. That was my only concern earlier on once we arrived, that maybe the heat would be too oppressive, but it's not too bad now. I think we'll see 2 teams who love to get on the front foot with attacking football.
Everything's relative. It was 37 when you arrived. It's 32 now.
I told you, it's cooled right down.
And here come Melbourne victory on the charge. Valupale for Arzani. Got away with one there because Renaud Piscopo could help take over. And then looking for that cheeky pass for Bruno Fornaroli. He's back amongst the goals, Bruno. Great finish against the Mariners. Nishan Valupale was on the score sheet as well, as was Zinedine Mashash, but Mashash, who scored off the bench, is there again. Hamill, as part of that remarkable continental campaign for the Western Sydney Wanderers back in 2014. Looking for Arzani, only found Clisby. Here's Bojidar Kraev. Gets the free kick after being bundled over.
Well, he made the most of that, didn't he? Let's have a look here. Oh, I think there's too much in that. He just felt behind and just went over.
There's another player who has taken a little bit of time to adapt to his new surroundings after 2 fine seasons at Wellington Phoenix, and a recall to the Bulgarian national team for their Nations League B playoff match against the Republic of Ireland in the next international window. That's a fantastic reward for him. He'll have the opportunity to perhaps to add to his 20-odd international caps. Here's Valadon with Boss. Roderick Miranda. with Teague. Wants movement ahead of him. Arzani also involved in a tangle and a wrestle with Bojidar Kraev.
Well, Daniel Arzani did his best to try not to go down there, didn't he? Tried to stay on his feet. Bojidar Kraev all over him.
Velupale's done well. Here's Boss. Down the left-hand side, the comeback. Fornaroli's there. Turns one way, then the other, and then kicks it straight at Lawrence Thomas. Well, he had the whole goal to aim for there. Now Arzani back in towards Fornaroli. Not enough conviction in that ball in, but he might yet get another opportunity. Strong from Kraev, who again goes to ground.
Well, this is Bruno Fornaroli. Classic Bruno Fornaroli. Swivels one way, goes back the other. Just as he swung the left foot, maybe couldn't quite guide it where he wanted. Straight down the middle to Lawrence Thomas. He's so dangerous in those areas. That low centre of gravity, able to turn quickly.
Gets the ball wide to Reno Piscopo, who has played a lot as a wide player this season. Reno Piscopo, he's got the number 10 duties behind Fornaroli this evening. Velupale on the left, Arzani on the right. Paladon back with Roderick Miranda again. Big switch, too big on this occasion.
And here's another look. See how quickly he turns. Two Western Sydney defenders sliding in, and you see there it was really probably the only channel. There were so many red shirts in front of him. It was the only path towards goal. And at the end of that path was the yellow shirt of Lawrence Thomas saying, "Not today, sir."
Sapsford has the legs swept out from underneath him by Hamill. Borello with Priestman all the way back. Bonatig. Now Panasopoulos. Sapsford and Borello up front in Alan Stanchic's preferred 4-4-2 formation. Hammond and Kraev, the wide players. All the way back to Mitch Langerak. Kraev beating Josh Rawlins in the air, and he gets it back from Brillante. Despite the heat, it's been a pretty intensive start from both sides in this one. Looking to get forward at every opportunity. Western Sydney, 43 goals scored so far this season. There's Hammond's run in behind, but he just showed too much of it to Miranda. Kraev straight back towards Borello now. Sapsford trying to pick up possession. Bonatig. Bisbee. It's a good ball from Borello for Kraev. Was that in the back? Referee says it was shoulder. It was certainly Hamill's shoulder. I'm not sure if it was Kraev's.
Let's have another look here. It looked like he had his body across. I think it's maybe a little more in the back than the shoulder for mine.
Already referee Alex King setting the threshold at a good physical level. That's what you want in an important match like this as well. We don't want the whistle going every couple of minutes when the player's looking to play. Consistency is all we ask. So far, that's been the case. As Panasopoulos looks long for Sapsford. Comfortable again for Langerak. Made a good start to life at Melbourne Victory. French Langerak, 4 clean sheets in his 7 matches to date. Teague with Rawlins. Ryan Teague again rolls it towards Piscopo. He's got Valadon just ahead of him. Hamill looks further afield to Casey Boss. It's a good ball. Here's Valadon with Boss. Valupale. Victory comfortable in possession on the edge of Western Sydney's box, and Hamill, perhaps with a rush of blood.
Well, I don't mind from that area. Western Sydney was so deep, there was space in front of him, no pressure on the ball. And you see here they're just hanging off, maybe half expecting him or saying, go on, have a try from here, we don't mind.
Miss kick by Roderick Miranda. He apologises to those ahead of him on the field. Off the field for Melbourne victory, a new investor this week, Tony Bloom, the owner of Union Saint-Gilloise, the Belgian side, and of course Brighton and Hove Albion. Melbourne victory, stay a part of a multi-club owner after the failings of their other company 777. Bloom taking over that 19% stake with the possibility of more to come as Kraev and Hamill are wrestling off the ball, and the referee takes a dim view of that. Free kick for Western Sydney.
Well, Hamill knew he'd got it all wrong. Look at Kraev there. He gets in behind and he knows he's away, so he just holds on to him. He was just a bit late to the challenge. They come together and he knew that Kraev was running into space and Borrello was facing forward. So it's actually a very good foul.
Set pieces, so important in football at this level. Brillante and Clisby standing over it. Clisby has a very good left boot on him. It will be him to deliver. In it comes. Plenty of white shirts there to repel the danger. Got 10 goals from set pieces this season, Western Sydney. That's the 4th highest total in the league. Auckland are the clear leaders in that department. Steve Corica's very well-oiled machine. Borrello, no way past Valadon. Valupale now. Wins the throw. Another of those players, along with the other fullback, Josh Rawlins, and Valadon, who have been called up to that Ollie Roos squad. Arzani. Well, Ojnar Kraev is involved in absolutely everything illicit on the football pitch at the moment, whether that's being fouled or fouling. And he picks up a yellow card, and that's another example of one he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah. Great play from Bruno Fornaroli on the far side. If you can see there, Daniel Arzani just had the eyes up looking for the run down the near side. And as we said before, Kraev knew what he was doing. Slow the play down and a yellow card.
Now Valupale. Big switch. Rawlins, great ball across the face of goal, and Arzani wasn't far away from latching onto that and getting his 2nd goal of the season.
I'm pretty sure he's looking for the pass across the goal, right across that 6-yard area. It's not bad. Just right across the danger area between goalkeeper and defence. Just asking for a white shirt to get on the end of it.
they've got on the end of that clearance from Lawrence Thomas. Piscopo with Arzani, Teague, Valupalate, and Fornaroli waiting in the middle. They decide to bring the ball out and switch it. The big horseshoe from right to the back and to the left. Here's Teague with Valadon. They've got everyone for Western Sydney back. Fornaroli, Piscopo, Arzani. Now Rawlins, good football again from Melbourne Victory. And Rawlins looking to drive it hard across the face of goal. Got his side a corner.
Well, they're heaping on the pressure, aren't they, Melbourne Victory? They play in and around the box. Lots of Western Sydney players there, but managed to get it into a dangerous position for a good cross.
Ryan Teague to deliver down in front of those travelling supporters. Now, Daniel Arzani has been sent bundling to the ground at the front post. Jack Clisby doing the marking. Teague again, plenty of movement in there, the ball in. Sapsford's header. And then Panasopoulos, only as far as Valadon. Hamill's done well. Cut back though. Only found a red and black shirt, and Casey Boss has given it straight back for a goal kick, which is taken quickly. Positive from Melbourne Victory so far. They are a side that start matches well. Sapsford with the big extravagant step over, and Clerc was trying to give it back. He's done well to win it straight back, Gabriel Clerc. Hammond gives it back to Priestman. And again, coming looking, that's where he's dangerous. His goals, the few that have scored, have often come from that edge of the box area. Cross in from Gabriel Clerc. Now Hammond wants to accelerate. Priestman with Brillante, and now Panasopoulos. Sydney have a good record of scoring early goals in their matches this season, but it's been Melbourne Victory so far with 2 shots and 1 on target. And Bruno Fornaroli effort. They've had a couple of dangerous crosses as well from Josh Rawlins. Priestman gives it away. Teague for Arzani, now Piscopo. Jordi Valadon. Ryan Teague, who will have been buoyed by that Socceroos call up. Josh Rawlins. Cross dealt with easily enough that time by Bonatig.
That's a couple of times now we've seen no-nonsense defending from Miranda and Hamill. Not taking any chance with the likes of Borello and Sapsford. They always like to harry and just niggle at defenders, never let them get a minute's peace.
Well, that ball clearly came into play and then curled back out down the line towards Bruno Fornaroli. Hammond got the better of Boss, but Valadon was there. He uses his body well to create a little bit of space. Movement ahead of him. Arzani, Fornaroli coming short. Arzani gets it back rather fortunately and shoots. Good save, Lawrence Thomas. And now Boss with the follow-up. Cross back in towards Fornaroli, couldn't find him.
Well, good positive play. Daniel Arzani gets a little bit fortunate there, but he's first to react. It's not a bad strike as well. Maybe a little fortunate for Lawrence Thomas, straight down the middle.
Just the one goal for Daniel Arzani so far this season from the penalty spot against MacArthur. Piscopo. A couple of assists as well to go with that. Here he is again. Arzani still shoots again. Blocked by Gabriel Clerc. It'll be another corner. Arzani's looking to prove a point, to justify his selection in the Socceroos squad.
Well, he does very well there again, coming on the inside. Gabriel Clerc, brave, sticks the head in front of it. Just what you expect from your defenders.
Teague again with the corner in this near side. Back post. Hamill was climbing. Excellent defensive header from Kraev. And now Panasopoulos. Great ball for Aidan Hammond. They're streaming through the middle as well. Priestman, there it is! Off the crossbar! Fabulous counter-attack. The flag did go up for offside. It would have to have been checked. Referee has said, let's just play on, shall we? And has now found a free kick to just settle things down. Well, that is Western Sydney at their best these days.
Well, that's straight out of the handbook, isn't it? For transitional football, the ball from Panasopoulos was fantastic, and the support play to get up into the box. We saw a little passage earlier from Western Sydney. There's another example of playing through the lines and almost came off. It shows you they can sit and absorb pressure, take it in and then go. Now look at this ball here. At that stage you're thinking he might take a touch and drive, but that's a wonderful ball. And then the support play to get up. Oscar Priestman at full stretch, and yeah, the flag did go off for the initial pass through, but that's a little warning for Melbourne Victory. They've had the better of the play in the opening 25 minutes.
Piscopo, square ball, might come all the way through to Casey Boss. His first ever A-League goal was that smash and grab last minute against Brisbane a couple of weeks ago. Oscar Priestman, by the way, who just hit the crossbar. He's only scored 2 A-League goals, but his first was against Melbourne Victory last season as well. Boss goes again. Well defended. Josh Brillante, former Melbourne Victory midfielder. Past the 250 A-League match mark. Josh Brillante a couple of weeks ago. Gabriel Clerc is making his 50th appearance in all competitions for the Western Sydney Wanderers this evening. The right back, who's been in great form as well in recent weeks. He got his first ever goal in the A-League this season against MacArthur, to add to the one in the Cup at the start of this season against Brisbane City. Borello, good head on. Hammond now finds Borello. Teague with the challenge, Clisby. Cross to the back post, Sapsford arriving. Ooh, that looked painful. That looked very painful indeed. Sapsford is also immediately calling for attention. Oh, and that looks bad for Casey Boss. Is it the nose? I think it could well be, and it doesn't look good.
Well, he was in the wars last week, wasn't he? Seemed to be getting a knock every 5 minutes, and both players here eyes only for the ball. And as you see, as they come, both of them looking for the ball. Well, that's, yeah, you don't like to see that.
Yeah, I think that is going to probably be the end of the night for Casey Boss. I don't think I want to look at too many more replays of that. They are getting it all covered. That was a very nasty blow. Let's head down to Tristan McManus, who's joining us this evening on the sidelines. Tris, what have you made of this opening minutes?
Yeah, look, it's been fantastic. It's been so good. Both sets of fans are there. It's really weird, huh? Like I said a couple of weeks ago, like sometimes you want to get that magic of the A-League and just inject it straight into your veins. I feel that way. My palms are sweaty. I've got this big smile on my face. I'm bouncing around here. I feel like I'm sitting too close to the speaker. There's just a hum that's going around the stadium there. The tifo was there. Oh, it's just ready. It's ready to lift off here. It really does feel like a derby. Arthur was saying before the game, that's the feeling of it. And when Arzani gets on the ball, we can all agree his numbers need to be better, his assists, his goals. But when he gets on the ball, he is so exciting. Same as Aidan Hammond as well. There's something very, very special about this game, and it's so close every time it's here. I think Victory just outdo Wanderers in terms of wins, but the atmosphere is unbelievable. These are the nights that we cry out for in our A-League here. I absolutely love it. Oh, I'm having such a great time. I feel bad for Boss here. They've gone down to the tunnel to get Traore. He's been in the back now. He's getting a couple of minutes to warm up. Not that he needs it. It's roasting here. But it really is electric. It's awesome. It is so good. The good times are coming back to Wanderers. They might be walking, but they're coming back.
Fantastic, Tristan. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think they've actually called for the jersey and shorts to get changed, because they might be saying he played through the pain barrier last week as well. He has been in the wars, and here he is saying, I'm not going off.
Well, they signalled for him to come off. They was like, no, sub, we're going to get a sub. And then all of a sudden they said, oh no, we need shirt and shorts, the blood shirt and shorts, because I think he said, just strap me up. I've done this. This is no problem. What is it, a broken nose? Get on with it.
I just saw Alex King. Was he suggesting that there's a concussion involved? He was touching his head preparing for the substitution, but it was a really brutal, and you could hear the noise it must have made, because Zach Sapsford also called immediately for the trainer.
And you got to say, Zach Sapsford just went to him then just to make sure he's okay. Casey Boss has just given him a yep, thanks, no problem, thumbs up.
Now, are they going to prepare a change of clothes, or are they going to get Adama Traore?
Well, they're going to get him a change of clothes. Arthur Dillis is saying he wants him to get changed on the other side of the field so he can get back in his own position quickly. Well, he was right near the byline. I thought he could have walked off there, got his kit on, changed it over and got back on.
Well, they took it over there for him as well. Maybe they wanted a little bit more proprietary if he's going to get the shorts off.
Cutaway now, cameraman.
Well, he has been in the wars. He's going to want to keep going. He's going to wipe the blood off the arms, off the face, the neck, the hands, everywhere.
Well, if you weren't sure how tough he was after last week's performance, well, going back out after that, I think that's going to be proof enough for the doubters.
Anasopoulos' header. Victory for the moment, down to 10. It's Nishan Valupale who's filling in at left back. Rawlins, great challenge. Now Valadon with Piscopo, overlapping run from Velupile. A little touch, Velupile's cross, deflected behind. And it's going to be a corner for Melbourne Victory, who are currently a player down.
It's a good overlapping run, isn't it? Trying to make the extra number. Forcing Western Sydney into some desperate defending.
Tristan mentioned the head-to-head record between these two sides. It is ever so slightly in Melbourne Victory's favour, both overall and also here at Combank, where they've won 8 against Western Sydney's 7. Piscopo's corner comes in. Lawrence Thomas just got a fist on it. It's cleared out. Melbourne Victory did go on a run of 11 matches without loss, 9 wins and 2 draws between 2016 and 2019, but in the last 11 matches between these two, it's been 7 wins for Western Sydney and just 2 for Melbourne Victory. Casey Boss rejoins the fray. Piscopo, lovely first touch to get him facing forward. Still going, he's been fouled there by Priestman. Referee allows the advantage. Velupile, Nishan Velupile, oh, that is special. Great finish. Down in front of the Melbourne Victory travelling support. And the Socceroo, Nishan Velupile, on the score sheet last week. That's 2 in 2 for him. Well played, Alex King, for allowing the advantage as well. And Victory have the lead.
Well, Tony Popovic said he wants to see goals and assists from his attackers. Nishan Velupile is duly obliging. On the Harvey Norman replay, it's fantastic refereeing from Alex King there to let the play go. He could have easily pulled the ball up there, but he sees it falls to Velupile, who gets immediately on the front foot. Lovely little step over and cut back, and that's a fine finish from the Socceroo. You see here, little step over outside, quick feet on the inside, and Lawrence Thomas has no chance. And Rene Piscopo did the hard work there, and that's a great assist off the backside. And as Velupile comes back, you can see, look at the bend on that. It starts outside the post, comes back in. Lawrence Thomas has 0 chance of stopping that one. Wonderful feet, Nishan Velupile.
There were plenty of red and black jerseys in attendance, but they couldn't prevent Velupile getting his 5th goal of the season. A-League match number 98 for him this evening. Here's Arzani with Valadon. All the way across to Casey Boss. Teague settles things down. Melbourne Victory taking the lead. It has been the perennial question for them under Arthur Dillis. Can they put 2 halves of football together? They managed that last week against, in the end, a fairly underwhelming Central Coast Mariners side. But they came out of the blocks very positively here at Combank. And they've got their reward just after the half hour. Boss with the header. Velupile on the charge again. Here's Fornaroli looking for options. Valadon. The search for that first A-League goal continues for him.
Well, the big question now is, how can West Sydney respond? Melbourne Victory have been much better of the 2 teams in this opening half. Teams that have come off the bye haven't fared well this season. They just seem a little off the mark, don't they? Victory dictating the play.
Aidan Hammond thought perhaps he should have had a free kick then. Here's Piscopo. Teague. Piscopo again with Teague. Piscopo's been dispossessed, gone down as Priestman finds Sapsford. Well, he had Kraev screaming for it. Borello back for Sapsford. Zach Sapsford denied by Langerak. Good chance in the end.
Well, I think myself and everyone else in the stadium had thought he'd blown it. When they broke free, Božidar Kraev was on this left-hand side and looked like the most likely pass to be played in. And it went to Borello. It looked like it had all broken down, but the reverse pass is nice. And Mitch Langerak is out quickly to smother, closes down the space, gets down to the feet and gathers at the second attempt. But again, when we talk about Western Sydney not looking as sharp as Melbourne Victory, but they have fired another warning. They do it so well from one end to the other. They get numbers forward, they move the ball quickly, and they look dangerous on the counter-attack.
Even in those games early on in the season when they were out of matches, and I think of the derbies, the first derbies against Sydney FC, they always managed to be dangerous on the counter-attack. Western Sydney.
Well, Rene Piscopo here looked like he'd done enough to win a corner. I don't know how they've come to the conclusion that that's a goal kick. Yeah, I'm with you, Reno.
It's a good ball again for Aidan Hammond. Was there a foul there? There was at the second time of asking. Sapsford wants to take it quickly. Already good urgency in the response from Western Sydney. Bonatig. Clisby. Kraev. Now, was he bundled over? He was backing into Hamill. Referee didn't see anything untoward in the challenge. The crowd didn't like it. Here's Priestman. With Hammond. Brillante. Now Bonatig. Bonatig accelerating. Getting adventurous, the central defender. Still going. Clever little pass as well for Borello. Clisby can't get to the broken play. And it has been a good fight back immediately from the Western Sydney Wanderers. Well, he was backing in, looking for the contact there. Again, you can see arms holding on to Božidar Kraev. Boss gets the flick back from Velupile. Now Piscopo. For Velupile, nice football. Melbourne Victory using the width, creating the space. Arzani against Clisby. Arzani still. Teague screaming for it. Arzani goes again, crosses back post, and Reno Piscopo makes it 2. Good football, Daniel Arzani, who never panicked. And the ball to the back post, where Reno Piscopo was completely unmarked. And Victory, all of a sudden, have a 2-goal cushion.
Well, it's a really smart play from Daniel Arzani. When he receives this ball, he pushes it around Clisby on the Harvey Norman replay and realises, I can't get the ball in. But now he realises he's got Božidar Kraev. Look at his body position. He knows he can just knock it past Kraev. And then the ball across the box. Reno Piscopo can't miss from there, but this is great play. Realises Kraev's body position isn't right and just pushes it behind him and gets the cross quickly into the far post. Great play from Daniel Arzani and wonderful positioning from Piscopo to be there to tuck it away. And both Socceroos call up that may have had question marks next to them have stepped up tonight and answered their critics.
Moreno Piscopo, like Daniel Arzani, only had one goal before this one this season, and like Daniel Arzani, it came in that 2-1 win over MacArthur. He has his second, and it's Melbourne victories, 850th in the A-League as well. That's the second highest total of A-League goals. As Borrello bundles over Hamill into the area, Borrello still going. He did very well to get back, Brendan Hamill, and perhaps Borrello just overcooked it.
Yeah, I just think he went one step too far, didn't he? One touch too far. Had the upper hand.
They come again, though, with Kriev. Neither of these two sides might like to hear it, but it's Sydney FC who have the highest A-League goals tally, 869. Panazopoulos strikes it, and it took a deflection off Roderick Miranda. Could have gone anywhere. It's a corner, and again, Western Sydney need something to get back in this contest.
Well, you can see there, Brandon Borrello. He did have the upper hand and just took it a little too far, and then Panazopoulos with the long-range effort.
Clisby with Aidan Hammond. Here's Clisby. The ball in, completely unmarked! And Božidar Kriev just sweeps it home. And it's game on. Western Sydney are not done and dusted just yet.
Well, the questions were asked straight away. Roderick Miranda, Daniel Arzani looking at each other and saying, well, whose is that? Who's marking up? Wonderful ball in on the Harvey Norman replay, but Božidar Kriev couldn't believe his luck. Unmarked on the penalty spot. He just drifts off Ryan Teague, it is, and he has the easiest of finishes. Well, he makes it look easy. And that's poor defending, you've got to say, from Melbourne Victory. They've just gone 2 up. And to allow a player of his quality that much time and space, he's going to punish you. And even that man can't do anything about it.
Goal number 6 of the season for Božidar Kriev. Recalled to the Bulgarian national team. And he is enjoying an excellent first season in red and black. Well, we saw plenty of goals last night. The theme is continuing. We've seen plenty of goals between these two sides in recent matches as well. That continues too. Velupile. Panazopoulos, no nonsense at the back. There's a bit of symmetry for you. The 44th minute, scoring the 44th goal of the season for Božidar Kriev. Fornaroli with Piscopo. Teague. That's a really good finish. You're absolutely right, Mac. He made it look simple, didn't he? As Boss does well.
You just feel like there's plenty of goals left in this one, don't you? And we're here for it.
Well, we've already had 13 shots and 6 on target. Both goalkeepers have been forced into action. Melbourne Victory have struggled to find goals at times this season, but perhaps they're just starting to find their form. It's been defending goals that's been the problem for Western Sydney. Kriev, good switch of play. The opportunity, Borrello. Brandon Borrello. His shot deflected wide. Hasn't scored in 10 A-League matches now, Brandon Borrello. He's been involved in just about everything, but not the finishing.
It's really surprising, that stat.
7 assists, mind you, so he's top of that little department. Ball in, Gracie again! This time, Ryan Teague kept closer quarters, but he still couldn't prevent the Bulgarian from getting that effort in on goal. Good stop, Langerak.
Well, it's delivered to almost the exact same spot as well, and we've seen the Western Sydney players clear that space for Kraev, and I wonder if that's something that they've looked at, try to isolate Kraev with Teague and let him go one-on-one. It's another chance.
See, 7 minutes of stoppage time added. Here come Western Sydney again. Borrello turning Miranda inside out. I think it was a shot in the end.
I tend to agree with you there. When it first came off the boot, it looked like maybe heading to that back post. And Hammond was making the run. He's looking to add himself to the scorers charts.
Velupale is now Melbourne Victory's leading scorer this season with 5. He's moved ahead of Mashash and Virgos and Fornaroli and Santos, who all have 4. If you look at the goal scorers for Western Sydney, well, Kraev has just got his 6th, so that's better than even Velupale, and ahead of him you've got Zach Sapsford with 7, Milanovic with 8. Antonsen and Borrello also both have 5. Velupale's done well. Fornaroli's got Piscopo in the middle. Arzani at the back post. Ozhirak Kraev back doing the defending. Teague all the way across with Arzani. We're in the 5th minute of stoppage time. We've got a couple more still to come. When you know how quickly Western Sydney can transition into attack, you know you can't take your eyes off this for a moment. Not yet, anyway. Clerc. Good early ball for Sapsford. And he almost poked it through the legs of Roderick Miranda. Well defended.
Well, at times, Western Sydney just make that look so easy, don't they? Just 2 passes and it's threatening the back line of Western Sydney Victory already.
Now it's Hammond in behind. Aidan Hammond. Well, he had a warning there when he ran into Casey Boss. He had a second attempt and he tried to beat him again. Valadon has to stretch. Fornaroli and Teague, and now there's space again as Melbourne Victory look to stretch the game. They look to play with width. The Wanderers play with verticality straight up and down the pitch. Hamill overhitting that big diagonal ball. Just over a minute left. Here's Bonatig. Melbourne Victory made a very good start. The XG between the two. 8 shots for Western Sydney, 9 for Melbourne Victory. It's just about level as well. As here's Borrello. Brandon Borrello is a long way out. Hammond wanted to get involved. Borrello pulling rank.
There was only one thing on his mind there, wasn't it? To shoot. And I have a feeling that young Aidan Hammond might have said something there. Saw Brandon Borrello trying to get his attention. Probably just to say, look, I saw you, but I thought I was in range for a strike.
To break that mini drought. air by Panasopoulos. Forward towards Borello, who's still just running absolutely flat out, sprinting for every ball possible. There's no time for Western Sydney to try and launch one more counter-attack, but it's been another fantastically entertaining half of football in the Isuzu Ute A-League. We're halfway through at Combank, and after Melbourne victory had raced into an early 2-goal lead, courtesy of Velupile and Piscopo, Western Sydney fought back. Božidar Krajev got the home side. Welcome back to Combank Stadium. It's a 100th match in the professional career of Nick Milanovic as he comes on at the break for Aidan Hammond. And Adama Traore is up against his former club. He replaces Casey Boss at half-time. It is Melbourne victory, leading by 2-1 that get us underway in this second half. But Daniel McBreen, while second place is where victory currently sit on the live ladder, the Western Sydney Wanderers are looking for 4 wins on the trot. They're showing plenty of character at the moment, and they showed as they came back in that first half that they are not just making up the numbers here.
Well, 100%. As much as Melbourne victory shaded the first half, I think Western Sydney came home with the wetter sail, and we're looking to improve on that in the second half. One of the teams that score the most goals in that 15 minutes period after half-time, so Slagic must always have something good to say to get them fired up.
Well, they've scored the most goals full stop in the league with 44 now, one more than Adelaide, who got 4 yesterday. Milanovic, no way past for Lupulate. Lupulate just looking for a little bit too much, doesn't get any change out of referee Alex King, who had a good first half. Milanovic closed down quickly.
Well, it was Nick Milanovic tried a little too much at first, and then Velupile just here, he got his head up, had Bruno Fornaroli with his defender pinned, he just wanted it to feet.
Sapsford with the nod on. Josh Rawlins clears towards Fornaroli. Great use of the body, as always, from Bruno Fornaroli. And he's won the throw. Nick Milanovic will be looking to bring some more presence on the right-hand side. Aidan Hammond, who got 2 goals against Perth last week, couldn't add to that tally in the first half and was only involved fleetingly. Arzani has got the better of Clisby. Arzani looks up, cuts it back. Velupale's there. Oh, cleared off the line and then off the post by Arzani. Brilliant from Panasopoulos. Well, how was that not 3-1 to Melbourne victory?
Well, wonderful football from Melbourne victory. Daniel Arzani showed strength to get rid of Clisby, composure to find his teammate. There was just one problem. Panasopoulos hadn't given up, in behind Lawrence Thomas, and saved the day.
Melbourne victory fans who will be watching this one, those that didn't travel back in Melbourne, have been led to believe there's a special fan event happening today amongst the victory community, and they will be screaming at the television set, wondering how they have not scored a 3rd goal there.
Well, it's wonderful play from Arzani, as I said, and the composure to just lay it back to the Lupulate. Really must find the corner. Panasopoulos, great defending. He was in the middle of the goal, doing all he could. And he stopped the disastrous start for Western Sydney in the second half.
Miranda. Bit of a wasted ball forward there, giving it straight back to their opponents, Western Sydney. Here's Clisby. Kraev. Looked very close to offside. Flag stays down. Miranda and Hamill both asking the question.
A good conversation with the referee's assistant, who's saying, yeah, Hamill, it was you that kept him on side. Good conversation.
Bonatig. Priestman all the way back to Panasopoulos. Now Priestman looks up, Borello. Oh, physically, he's out-muscled Hamill. Now, can he find an option? Hamill looks like he's injured. Cross comes in. Oh, Milanovic diving for it at the back post. And then Gabriel Clerc thought it was going to be a Wanderers throw, so let it run out of play.
Well, it's a great ball across the 6-yard area, isn't it? Traore does just enough to block the run of Milanovic, who was desperate, lunging, couldn't quite get there. You just feel that Western Sydney, in 2 passes, can open up this Melbourne Victory defence and cause them problems.
Adama Traore, who played 50 matches between 21 and 23 with Western Sydney. They weren't the greatest season in terms of results, although they did make the finals in his 2nd season for the first time since 2017. It was getting the Wanderers back moving forward again. Here he is, Traore. Touch for Piscopo. Up against Gabriel Clerc. Miranda. Fornaroli, Teague, Arzani. Now Traore again. Piscopo down to the byline. The cross, oh, it's looped up and over Lawrence Thomas. Now Kraev. Can't find Borello. Victory have it straight back again. Valadon. Good switch for Piscopo. Into the feet of Valupale. Traore drives it in low. Panasopoulos is there again in the right place at the right time.
Well, a good little spell of pressure from Victory. Dangerous balls into the box.
Now Piscopo with the corner. Teague thought about coming short. Piscopo delivers now. Good ball into a dangerous zone. I think that's come off a Wanderers player. It has. So it's going to be another corner.
Well, plenty of bodies there, weren't they? I think it came off Saps, was it, in the end? Yeah, just dipped the head down.
Saps then took off trying to get a quick goal kick taken.
Lawrence Thomas tried as well, put it down and said, let's get on with it.
Now it's going to be Ryan Teague with the corner on that far side for Melbourne Victory. Nice shape on that, the header from Hamill. And it's cleared off the line again, this time Bonatic. Melbourne Victory close again to that 3rd goal. Panasopoulos with the header. Milanovic comes with Sapsford. Great challenge for Neroli. Teague. Like it was in the first half, Victory have made a pretty good fist of these opening 10 minutes of the second. Arzani's cross. Piscopo, the nod down for Fornaroli. Again, he's done well to hold on to possession. Arzani still. Just draws players towards him. The cross in, Valadon is there. Just couldn't fire the shot away.
Well, that defending was almost like the Piscopo goal. Went down the left-hand side, they were all just watching the ball and switched off the West Sydney defenders.
Arzani spots a hole. Dives through it, nice turn as well. Gets it out to Rawlins. He looks up, cross deflected. Straight into the arms of Lawrence Thomas.
Here's another look. on the tick, coming to the aid of Lawrence Thomas. Well, we saw the Newcastle Jets defenders help Noah James midweek in a backs-to-the-wall performance against Melbourne City, and they came out in front. Can this Western Sydney Wanderers team inspire themselves to do something similar? Down at the moment, they're hanging on.
Nice touch from Gabriel Kleur for Nick Milanovic. Brillante for Borello. His control just squirmed away from him. Here's Arzani again with Valadon. Victory happy in possession. Victory happy to knock the ball around. Traore back with Teague. Miranda heads all the way back to Mitch Langerak. Victory fans adding their contribution in terms of the volume from up the far end.
Well, Arthur Dillis has seen something he doesn't like. He's just turned around and given his coaching staff a spray and then pointed, quite animated, down to the subs and said, get them up here.
Oh, Traore with the clearance. He didn't find Milanovic, but it did Brillante, and now Nick Milanovic has it. Into the area, Milanovic just wide. So close to a 9th of the season for him. They want a corner. They don't get it.
Well, it was a great run, wasn't it? Just straight at his defender, inside, and as he just takes the touch, the strike, you can see it's just bending away from the goal. He's claiming there's a touch. I don't think there is. It's just the curve of the ball just takes it away from the goal mouth, but it's close. Alan Stajic thought it was going to nestle in the bottom corner, and that's a clear foul on Bruno Fornaroli.
Milanovic, no way past Traore. Fornaroli screaming at referee Alex King. There is Claris Mario Santos, preparing to come into the contest. I think I saw Zinedine Machache as well. There he is, the French Moroccan making his way there. Miranda with Teague. Panazopoulos did well. Valadon looks long for Piscopo. Great turn. What a brilliant turn from Gabriel Kleur. Unfortunately for him, he just, having got the better of Valuble, found that it was Jordi Valadon on his tail. So, substitutions incoming for Melbourne Victory. Already brought on Adama Traore. Josh Rawlins gets the better of Zach Sapsford. Arzani. Piscopo starting to pop up all over the place early in this second half. They've had chances to take this one beyond the Wanderers, which they haven't taken so far, Melbourne Victory. It's been the story of their season. Is it going to repeat once again? Fornaroli shoots and saved by Lawrence Thomas. I'll remind viewers that the Western Sydney Wanderers have won their last 3. That's a first for them since 2021. The last time they won 4 in a row was on their way to 7 back in 2015-16. That's a long time to have failed to win 4 A-League matches in a row. If they want to keep that run going, they have to come from behind here. Kleur just gone out of play. Now those substitutions will come. Western Sydney want to take it quickly. They're preparing the change of their own. In fact, a double change for Western Sydney coming also. It's Clisby being replaced by the new fullback Alex Gerbach, and Zach Satchford is replaced by Marcus Antonsen, who has a couple of goals in his A-League career against Melbourne Victory as well. Piscopo and Arzani, the two players making way for Mashash and Santos, so we can expect Mashash to move into that number 10 role. Santos on the right wing, Valupale on the left. Fornaroli gets another few minutes. Traore forward for Fornaroli. Good use of the body again, being held onto by Panazopoulos.
You can see there, big fistful of shirt from Panazopoulos. Knew what he was up to there.
There is Casey Voss. He'll be feeling pretty sore tomorrow, I reckon. Hopefully that nose is just a cut and not a break, but it looked very painful, shall we say, when that blow first happened. There was plenty of blood as well. Borello with Priestman. Goes back, his first touch. Bonneting in support. He's kept it in. He's played in Scandinavia, in France, and most recently in the MLS. Alex Gersbach, a former Sydney FC player who has returned to Australia with the crosstown rivals. Traore. And Mashash ahead of him. Sydney, have they managed to just take the sting out of that Melbourne Victory period of pressure?
Well, I was just thinking, they've weathered the storm. Now, can they get some forward momentum themselves?
Borello with Milanovic. Antonsen at the back post. Milanovic taking on Traore. Gets there, drives it in hard. Langerak concedes the corner. Good football again, Western Sydney. Right back in the contest.
This is his MO, isn't it? Just get at the defenders. Dummy one way, go the other. Quite get an angle on the cross.
Goes back to take. In it comes. Oh, the header from Panazopoulos. Well, he doesn't cry over spilt milk, but that was a pretty good opportunity in the end.
Yeah, should have done better. Found himself in space. It's a great ball in. Look, it just comes off. It's Ryan Teague again. He's not having the best night on defensive duties on corners, Ryan Teague. He's got it totally wrong, though. Panazopoulos there.
Mashash with a nice nod down for Santos. Here's Valadon. Santos, it was Kraev coming back to help out. Lawrence Thomas launches long. Miranda wins it. Valid on again. Traore. Teague able to turn and face forward. Fornaroli, that's nicely done. Mashash, brilliant! And great save, Lawrence Thomas. Great football again, all round. And for the third time in this second half, Victory will be feeling they should have a 2-goal lead.
Well, it's wonderful play. In the first from Fornaroli, number 9 play, and then it's into Mashash, bringing it back on the inside, and he looked to be tucking it into the bottom corner. Lawrence Thomas with a great save down to his left. Led to believe he's signed himself a new longer-term deal as well, so rewarding his club there with a great save.
Graham trying to bundle his way through. Mashash has won the throw. Good challenge again, Panasopoulos. Fornaroli. Back outside, Santos taking on Gersbach. Well, this is a big challenge for Alex Gersbach as well back in the league, because Santos, I guess Arzani was a fair challenge as well for poor old Jack Clisby in the first hour of this contest, but the matchups all over the pitch have made this a very entertaining match so far. Some of the fans, great travelling support for Melbourne Victory. They've been travelling in numbers all over the country in recent weeks, and the RBB's been making plenty of noise as well. That's gone beyond everyone. There's Josh Rawlins, who's struggling as he runs back into position. Paladon. Here's Rawlins. Teague with Valadon. Again, trying to make Western Sydney do all the running without the ball. Teague's turn under pressure from Brillante. He's done well to find Traore, first time ball. Velupale, he's got the better of Panasopoulos. Mashash. Paladon. Rawlins again, he's got Santos just ahead of him. Here he is. Santos, low ball in towards Fornaroli. Bruno really is the focus of every attack, isn't he, in this Melbourne Victory side? He's the only one that's always in and around that penalty spot as well. The entire stadium involved in the clapping, led by the RBB.
Well, they're trying to get their team going, aren't they? I mentioned it, we thought they may have weathered the storm, but Melbourne Victory back on the front foot. Both sets of fans being very vocal tonight. It's a great atmosphere.
Just wonder if the substitutions have just taken a little moment to settle down. Varello taking on Liquids during that little stoppage. Goes back, it will fall to Milanovic. He invites Kleur forward. Wanderers with numbers forward. But their turn to circulate the ball a little bit, to try and tease out Melbourne Victory, make them work. Goes back, down the left-hand side, cross back post, Borrello controls and shoots, just over. Nice technique from Brandon Borrello.
Well, that's a difficult one. It's a good ball to that back post, but he struggles to get it out. Just goes a little behind him and he has to adjust his body. As he adjusts, he's just stretching a little. Langerak realises it's going over and pulls the hand out of the way. He's toiled hard again, hasn't he, Brandon Borrello?
Rameses has shown a huge appetite for the jewels today. That's nicely done, Antonsen. Still Marcus Antonsen. And now Borrello has managed to get front position. Borrello still. Milanovic. Oh, towards Antonsen. Brilliant from Langerak. And the flag was up for offside against the Swede anyway.
Well, it's a great save down to his right from Mitch Langerak. Initially started by that man. On the right-hand side, Antonsen, 1-2 defenders around him. Get the strike away, and it's Borrello who's in an offside position, trying to keep it alive. Did well. Look at all those white shirts around him and still manages to find a pass. Langerak at full stretch.
There you see again the danger that this Western Sydney side can provide, and as long as Melbourne Victory are not taking those chances, we had those two cleared off the line by Panasopoulos and Bonatig. A great save from Thomas to deny Mashash. Victory are not clear. Bruno Fornaroli's evening has come to a close, 73 minutes in. King with plenty of words to Bruno. What's he going to say? He's going to time his 60-metre sprint there off the end.
If you don't jog, I'm going to add an extra second for how long you take. Come on, we'll keep this game going. He's been good again, Bruno. He's worked hard, as you said. He's been in a real battle with Panasopoulos tonight in particular. Here comes Nikos Virgos, who's shown a real threat this season from crosses. 3 of his 4 goals are headers.
That will be a different proposition for the Western Sydney defenders. Bonatig getting the better of Mashash. He had that great chance. Zinedine Mashash. Again, referee Alex King asking Melbourne Victory to keep the game going. Here's Mashash. Trying to dribble his way through. Teague. Borrello winning it. Teague under pressure. There you see as Wanderers look to burst forward. Priestman that time leading the charge. Antonsen, good use of the body from the Swedish number 9. Wins it back for the Wanderers. Rolante's only given it straight back to Mashash.
Well, Rolante there saying everybody ran away from me. Someone's got to come. You need one at least to show with to feet.
Burgos loses out to Gersbach. As it stands, Melbourne Victory are on the climb, Traore hits it straight down the middle at Lawrence Thomas. It's another good opportunity though for Melbourne Victory, who fashioned the shooting opportunity relatively comfortably really on the edge of the area. Yannisopoulos, great switch of play. Antonsen controls, just goes back with Priestman, space for him to race into. Good ball back for Gersbach. The cross is not bad either. Borello! Fabulous cross from the substitute left back, and Brandon Borello breaks that goal drought with his 6th of the season. In the end, it was a simple header, but he left Mitch Langerak absolutely no chance. And we're all square with 14 minutes left to play. It's 2-2 at Combank.
Well, it's a wonderful header for Brandon Borello, but what about the lead-up play? That man there, Panasopoulos, with a raking pass on the Harvey Norman replay, and then the control from Antonsen. And what about this for a ball? It's just put in his path, and it's a great ball. Brandon Borello, free as a bird, just around the 6-8 yard mark out, and he's not going to make a mistake from there. He tucks it away, back where it came from. Mitch Langerak, no chance. And they've drawn themselves level. And we said earlier in the game that in a couple of passes, you feel like they could do some damage. Well, it was a long ball from Panasopoulos, some good play from Antonsen. And Alex Gersbach back has put 2 really good crosses in, and 1 has ended with a goal.
Borello's last goal came just before Christmas in the 3-2 win away to Adelaide at Coopers, his hometown, of course. He's made Western Sydney his home. Back in the Socceroos squad again. And he celebrates that call-up with a goal. It is a massive, massive period for these players. The summer temperatures are continuing well into autumn. There you see the live ladder. And the draw means that Western Sydney stay in the 6 by the skin of their teeth. Sydney FC are eyeing off that position. In the 6, they're on 29 points. MacArthur are on 28 after their win last night. Melbourne Victory have had chances. Those balls cleared off the line. They come again, set piece. Well, Virgos, I thought that was heading inside the far post when he got that glancing touch.
Well, it's good movement into that near post area. Body's flying everywhere. He gets up well, and it just comes off the shoulder, doesn't it? Panasopoulos, he doesn't really know anything about it. And if it doesn't hit him, I'm not sure if that's going in the far side or not.
Nicholas Virgos thought so. Here it goes, back post. Lawrence Thomas gets just enough on it. And it's Brandon Borello who chases after it. Now, flag stays down for now. As Milanovic streaks away across the face of goal. And now it does go up. He was in an offside position, Nick Milanovic.
Well, let's go back about 5-10 minutes, Robbie, and I wrote down on a piece of paper, tired, Brandon Borello. And we looked at each other and shook our heads and said, yeah, he looks tired, but you can never tell with him because he finds reserves from everywhere. And this is another.
Even with the energy from the goal, I still wasn't expecting the backflip.
some celebration.
We haven't seen much of that backflip. We saw it 2 years ago when he was scoring week in, week out.
Maybe he's getting on a little bit. Can only pull it out when he ends the 10-week streak.
Santos, dispossessed, goes back. He's been good since coming on. Now Antonsen looks up, crosses. Borello's there again. So is Milanovic. Borello still. And now Western Sydney have to be careful because victory can also break. That's poor from Valupale. Couldn't find Mashash. The game is being stretched. Borello again gives chase and he's going to get there. Antonsen. Milanovic at the back post. Kleur keeps it alive. Cross back in towards Antonsen, beyond him. Now Brillante strikes. Fumbled by Langerak. And then scooped away. And now good play from Mashash, gets the better of Brillante. Not once but twice. And now Panasopoulos, Mashash! Goal kick. Well, get ready.
Yeah.
Because we're into the last 10 minutes and this one has madness written all over it.
You can feel the tension, can't you? Both teams know how vital 3 points are here. It is so tight with that top 7 or 8. Every point matters.
Now Miranda has stayed down. There you see the shots on target. The shots in the match are very even. 17 for the home side, 18 for the away team. But Melbourne victory, it's 9 on target against just 5 for Western Sydney. And again, it confirms what we've known about this victory side. They need a lot of chances to get their goals. Langerak only finds the head of Gabriel Kleur. Priestman beaten in the air. Bonatic, long. Coolly done, Brendan Hamill. Rawlins with Traore. Burgos was expecting it in behind. Now, Alan Stajic was asking Alex King to come and explain to him what was going on. It's a yellow card for Alan Stajic. Brillante with Priestman. Alan Stajic closing the gap against Ufuk Talay. That's a good ball, great touch. Bojdar Kraev trying to force Langerak into a save. In the end, he fell on the loose ball.
Well, what about Panasopoulos' game today? He has been immense. Defence has been strong, he's been battling, he's cleared things off the line. He's played raking long balls, he's stepping into the play now and dinking things into Kraev. He's got it all.
He's going to be playing with the Olyroos in Qatar next week. Here's Priestman. Nobody at the back post, that's disappointing. Western Sydney are really starting to wrest control of this one. It's time for Juan Mata. to come on? Is he that little bit of quality that might just make all the difference? It's Priestman who's going to make way. 5 minutes left, and the World Cup winner will make his entrance. Stajic, by the way, that's the 13th yellow card of his coaching career. Only one man has more, Ufitale, with 16 yellows. Though Juan Mata's moved into a sort of number 10 role behind Antonsen and Borrello. Here he is, the touch for Kraev. Goes back, gets it back, good football. The cross, Antonsen shoots, good save. Langerak again down to his left. Western Sydney are finishing on top here.
It's Alex Gersbach again down that left-hand side. He has been sensational since coming on.
Milanovic with Borrello, one for Gabriel Clerc to run down. Throw goes Western Sydney's way. Here's Mata. Looks up. Good play, Antonsen. Options arriving. Milanovic on his left foot. Oh, great finish! Nick Milanovic, who started on the bench the last two matches, has made an impact off it this evening. And from 2 goals down, and with 2 minutes left to play, Western Sydney have turned this one around. They lead now. Melbourne victory by 3 goals to 2. 9 this season for Nick Milanovic. Looks like he wants to remind a couple of people in attendance of that number 14 and name.
Well, let's not underrate this here from Antonsen. Under pressure. Brings it down. Realises he can't get the shot away. Finds Milanovic, who takes a wonderful first touch on the Harvey Norman replay to get rid of his defender. A little bump, and then through the legs. Fires it in. 3-2 for the Wanderers. And he had to bide his time off the bench. Coming back from suspension. He answers Wanderers' dreams with his 9th goal of the season. And there it is, that's the name, don't forget it, Nicholas Milanovic.
Well, Paul Ocon and Hayden Fox are about 2 boxes down from us here in Combank, watching all the action. There was plenty of talk from observers of the league that perhaps Nick Milanovic was in the discussion for a Socceroos call-up. Well, he's just reminded all and sundry with those 9 goals as well.
Well, he has to be in the discussion. His goals and assists last season and this. He just keeps producing.
He gets a yellow card for taking the jersey off. He plays his 100th professional match. That's in all competitions this evening for Western United and Western Sydney. And like great players, they mark special occasions. And he has done that. Rawlins cross, cleared by Brillante. Melbourne victory, chasing the game. We have 30 seconds left in regulation time. Miranda. Again, Melbourne victory. They will look back at key moments in this contest and wonder how they are not leaving here with 3 points. Well, they may yet.
Well, you pointed it out earlier. In my research this week, I had a look. Big chance creation, they're near the top of the ladder.
They might have something else here. Valupale is bouncing around Burgos. It just wouldn't sit for him. Antonsen getting the cheap foul out of Ryan Teague, and more importantly, probably another 30-45 seconds.
So, big chance creation. Melbourne Victory, they're right up near the top of the ladder. Percentage of conversion of big chances, they're down near the bottom. And it speaks volumes. They have been in control of this match for large portions. Again, they've had chances and opportunities to put the game almost to bed, and haven't been able to do so. And against a Western Sydney Wanderers team like this, you can't afford to let them have a sniff, because they will keep going and keep fighting. They find something when you think they're done.
Jared Carluccio is about to come on. Antonsen claims he was being held. He was. In case Victory fans are wondering where Alex Badalato is, on loan from Western Sydney. He is watching from back in Melbourne, unable to play against his parent club.
Well, you look at the substitutions. Wanderers. Antonsen has been fantastic. Gersbach has come on and been great. Milanovic imposed himself on the game. Stagic's got it right.
They take it to the corner flag. Brandon Borello. Wrestling, Gersbach can't keep it in. Now there's a bit more urgency to get things going again for Melbourne Victory. They're going to be halted by the substitution. Referee Alex King says, wait a moment, Jared Carluccio is coming on, and it's Brandon Borello, who has been outstanding in terms of effort, mentality, commitment, as he always is. And he's got a goal to his name this evening as well.
And whenever he looks tired, don't believe it. He's been immense again.
Well-deserved pat on the back from his coach. Teague getting it forward towards Burgos. Referee didn't see anything untoward in the challenge from Panasopoulos. Cryer, he's been good as well. Got through a mountain of work defensively for this Wanderers side. Victory. Kleur wins it. Miranda forward. Burgos, nice little touch for Valupale. Valupale comes inside. So many red shirts. Juan Matterback doing the defending. We've got less than 60 seconds left. Valupale turns, rolls it all the way out to Santos. Everyone forward now for Victory. The cross in, Teague making the late run. It's over Mashash. Milanovic, he's away here. He's got support on the far side in Antonsen. Marcus Antonsen to finish it, and he does so. The Wanderers are on their way. 4 consecutive victories for the first time in 9 years. Alan Stagic's side celebrates on the pitch, on the bench, and in the terraces. They have come from behind, a 6-goal turnaround. They lead this one 4-2.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, Roderick Miranda made one decision. I'm going to win the ball or bust. Well, it was bust. Milanovic too quick, and Antonsen, as cool as you like, under pressure to kill the game off, takes the touch and just dints it over the on-rushing Langerak to seal the deal. Well, the RBB posed a question at the start of the night. It was all or nothing. Well, they've given it all, and they've come up with everything.
Great scenes. This side that has done it tough already this season as well, and are now fighting back oh so strongly. Juan Mata leads the celebrations in the middle of the pitch. It's another defeat after 4 without loss for Melbourne Victory, who struggle at the moment to find those consistent back-to-back wins. It's not a problem at the moment for the Western Sydney Wanderers. They are the form side of the competition at the moment, and Alan Stagic's team are up to 3rd on the ladder. He can even smile to the referees. Brilliant from Panasopoulos. There wasn't a bad player in red and black, and that includes the substitutes that came on. It's not exactly back to the drawing board for Melbourne Victory. When they look back at the analysis of this, they'll think they should probably have won the game before the hour mark. With those 2 cleared off the line, the save from Thomas to deny Mashash. But football is full of what-ifs. All that counts is the scoreboard. The best attack in the league has netted another 4 here. There are a few words, but they're always going to be at the end of an evening with a comeback with as much passion